Going on? How we all doing? See, we got three in the live. Just stopped over at this little island off the pond, just out here doing some bass fishing this morning. Figured I'd do a quick live. I haven't been able to find a mount for my rails that fits my phone yet, so it's a little sketchy trying to put my tripod in the kayak with all the fishing poles and whatever. Try to see if I can get some recommendations on what other people use going live out from a kayak. I mean, I got the iPhone Pro Max 16, so a couple of the ones that I've tried already, they just don't really fit my phone. There's a few on eBay and stuff I've looked at that sit on the rails right here and come out, but they don't really fit my phone. I see people are doing like GoPros and stuff, but I don't know how. I think you have to have a Wi-Fi connection to have a GoPro live with your phone. How big is your biggest? I caught a 5-pounder, 5-pound bass last year. You know, I got a whole lot of bass around here that are huge. There's no like really big 12 or 10 pounders at all, so they're not really big. Like you catch a 5-pounder over here, that's pretty big. I still think we're a little too early in the season, as I still think they're further out and they haven't. Still a little cold. Probably about 40. Pre-spawn probably isn't really happening yet, but I wanted to get out here anyway. But yeah, the parking area is way down there. They got this little tiny island over here. I just stopped over and figured I'd do a quick live. I'd like to get some people in here that go live from their kayak and stuff, so I can kind of try to figure out what other people are using. I mean, if they have a bigger phone. Like I said, I have the iPhone Pro Max 16, so it's kind of a bigger phone, and not a lot of kayak mount holders go that big for that phone. But I'd like to go live right here from the kayak, so I said, figure I'd do a quick live, see how everyone's doing. I haven't been live since last week, so just trying to get some people in the chat. Been out fishing here since 6 o'clock this morning. It's now 8:30, so just kind of making my way around the banks, around the pond here. So this pond's really shallow. I heard it. I think it's like 15 feet deep, which is not very deep. Like the deepest area in here. I'm not too sure how true that is, but yeah, it just goes to about down there. It's not a very big pond. Goes out to the parking area over there, and then just around over there. But there's some good sized bass in here. There's some pike in here I've caught. Last year I caught a couple pike in here. I haven't been on this island in years. Just a little tiny little island though off the pond. You could probably almost walk all the way around it. Super nice out though. It's supposed to be like in the 70s here today, so I wanted to get the kayak out and throw some in. Fortunately, again, I think the bass are still out a little deeper. The water is still a little cold. I'm used to catching them off the bank though, no problem here. Usually anywhere after the end of May. Like way down there is where the parking area is. I just fish right off the bank right there. Always just rail bass right in off the shore, no problem. I don't always say this a lot, guys. If you can like and subscribe, helps the channel for sure. Just wanted to do like a 30-minute live or something. Just kind of hang out, talk to you guys for a bit. Once I get back in the kayak, I'm not going to be able to have my phone out, so. We're rocking 4 rods today. We got 3 bait casters and a spinning reel. So I got 2 medium heavies and a medium. And then a medium spinning reel. So that's what I'm throwing today. Got a couple Cast Kings. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Cast King at all, but I wanted to try their rods out. I know they've been out for a while, so I'm throwing a couple of theirs out today. Got the Spartacus 2 medium heavy right out here. I got a bass jig with a craw for a trailer. I'm throwing that. Well, that's over here. Throwing straight braid on that rod. I got mono over here. Another medium heavy. This is my Jordan Lee Abu Garcia. And then I got the Cast King Lethal Blaze. That's a medium. Then I'm rocking my spinning reel over here. That's also a medium. Yeah, and the rails too aren't very big. And they're kind of far back. I wanted to maybe do something up front here so I can, I don't know, try to figure out how to come up with a way to mount my phone on here somehow. So I'll be doing a lot of lives this spring for sure. I just got to figure out if I can't find a proper holder for my phone or whatever. I know you can go live with your phone with a GoPro, but I don't know if anybody has any advice on that. I think you have to have Wi-Fi though to connect to your phone with a GoPro to do that. Because that'd be a lot easier if I could just have my phone kind of, I guess, in my pocket and be going live with the GoPro. But it's a little sketchy trying to use the tripod and trying to set this thing up in the kayak. Trying to set that up in there, not have this tip over with my phone not going in the water. But like I said, just wanted to do a quick live. I'm gonna get back out there fishing probably in the next 20 minutes. Just figured I'd stop at this little island off the pond. What's in the middle of the pond? Looks like someone had a fire or something over here. Yeah, there are tons of bass in this pond though. I caught probably almost 20 last year here. Not really in the kayak. Most of them right off the bank. A lot of 2-pounders, maybe 2.5-pounders, 3-pounders. A lot of the other places that I also go to go fish where there's also bigger bass, fortunately there's really not good service there to go live, so this is one of my main local spots that I usually go to throughout the spring is here. I just think pre-spawn over here isn't really in all that effect yet over here because I'm just making my way, like I said, around the bank. Just trying to hit those shallows. A lot of fallen trees across the pond. Working those. But I wanted to get a live in today. Like I said, I haven't been live in a week, so as it gets closer to spring, I'll be probably be doing them every maybe three to four lives a day. Or not a day, I mean a week. I just need to get a proper mount set up for my kayak for my phone to be able to do lives and whatnot. That's pretty shallow around here. You can walk it around this whole island. Little piece of birch tree sitting in there, sitting over there. Get two in the chat. 6 people in here. I probably could set my tripod right here and throw some in, but yeah, I don't dare set this thing up in the kayak. I'll lose my phone. Not even really a good spot to. Lethal Blaze. It's alright, I kind of like it so far. From Cast King. Doing some island fishing. I'll definitely shower here. Probably walk out halfway from it. Throwing that chitter chatter. What's going on? Whoop, I didn't mean to delete that comment. Just out here doing some bass fishing this morning. For all the new people in here, make sure to smash that like button, like and follow. I got the kayak on this little island here. Parking's way down there. Been out working the cove and stuff. Unfortunately, I can't find a mount big enough for my phone to go live from the kayak. So I'm gonna have to try to figure that out. But I wanted to get a quick live in, so I'm out here fishing from the bank of this little island here off the pond. Just out here doing some bass fishing. What's going on? What's up? Get you all modded up. I got the kayaks just sitting out over here. Just off the island bank here. Haven't gone live in a week, so wanted to get a live in. As it gets closer to spring, I'll be doing lives probably 2 to 3 a week. I just need to figure out I just can't find a big enough mount to hold my iPhone Pro Max 16. So, I mean, some just almost barely fit, but got 6 likes. Got 4 people in the chat. Definitely pretty shallow. How we all doing? See, we got 3 in the chat, 12 likes. It's awesome, guys. SWC, what's going on? Yeah, just out here doing some fishing from the kayak. For anyone that's new, I think you're probably the only one in here. So I just figured I'd stop over at this little island because I can't seem to find a mount big enough for my phone to fit, so I can put it on my kayak. So a couple of the mounts that I've tried, they're pretty small. Like I have the iPhone Pro Max 16, so the mount doesn't fit around my phone, but it'll fit in the rails. So I'm just out here, stopped at this little island here off the pond. Parking's way down there, just throwing some in. Was making my way around the bank, around the pond. It's not a very big pond. I still think pre-spawn for bass is the water's still a little cold. I don't think they're quite this far or quite this close to around the shallows anyway. But we out here. Yeah, I don't dare have this thing in the friggin' kayak, as I'm sure it'll probably fall right off and roll right up in the water, especially with all the poles and stuff everywhere. But I wanted to get a quick live in anyway, because it's been a week since I've been live. I heard you can use a GoPro to go live with, but I think you need a Wi-Fi connection for that, so not too sure about that. SWC, hey, do you do any fishing from the kayak at all? Still got a couple more to try out. Maybe those will fit my phone and be good to go. If not, I'll have to figure out something. But I've been out since 6:30 6 o'clock this morning. It's about 9 o'clock now. I just figured I'd hit this little island up and do a quick live and chat with everyone for a bit. Hey, how's it going? A lot of people have been overfishing where I'm at. Hard to catch fish. Yeah, pre-spawn just hasn't quite happened here yet. Like I said, I figured I'd stop over here. I got the kayak out today. It's just until I can get a good mount set up for my phone, I just can't at the moment seem to find a mount big enough for my iPhone Pro Max 16 to hold my phone so I can put it in the rails there to go live. So I figured I'd do a quick live. The parking's over there. I figured I'd just pull over at this little island here where I'm at. You know, do a little fishing, do a quick live. It's been a week since I've been live. I'll definitely be going live a whole lot more when it gets closer to probably June. So make sure y'all like and subscribe if you can. Yeah, it's not a bad kayak. I mean, it's from Walmart. I mean, definitely not a cheap kayak. I think that was almost $300. Ozark Trail, not a bad kayak. I do like it a lot. The rails are quite small. I wish they were a little longer and maybe a little closer. Like I said, there's a couple more mounts that I want to try out and see if my phone fits. See, a lot of the other ones, my iPhone Pro Max, like doesn't really fit in there. But the mounts is not the problem. It's putting my phone in the holder part where it doesn't fit in there. So I got a few more to try out and hopefully those work. If not, we'll figure out something. Throwing 4 rods today. I got 3 bait casters and a spinning reel, 2 medium heavies and a medium, and then another medium spinning reel. So we out here. Again, like I said, pre-spawn. I definitely don't think that's happened yet. I mean, the water's warm, but I don't think it's probably barely 40 degrees. So I'm sure the bass are out there. They, haven't made their way around into the shallows yet. But I've been fishing a lot of the down trees early this morning. A lot of the banks by the docks. We definitely have no problems catching bass here. A lot of the bass I catch is here, right off the shore, right from the parking area, just right from the bank. They seem to like that little area by the little dam there when you pull in and off parking. So they all hug that bank right there, usually in the spring, in their late spring. And again, I have a few other spots I go to. I just can't. There's nowhere to go live there because there's no service. So Not too many people here fishing this morning. I don't think there's anybody here out on the pond today. Usually it doesn't ever really get too busy. I mean, it does have a swimming area, like when you pull in, so a lot of people will be swimming, like where the bank is. So like people will be swimming, and then off, like maybe 50 feet to the left is the bank I fish usually. So I mean, it'll get busy here as far as people swimming and stuff. But do people fish here? There's a lot of big pike in here too. Someone just caught, I think, a 40-inch pike or something like that over the winter. I've caught a couple pike here before. There are definitely bass in here. There's a lot of bass. A lot of largemouth bass in here, no smallmouth bass. I'm going to be getting in the kayak here soon. Like I said, just wanted to do a quick live. I'm going to be finishing trying to fish some of the banks around some of the areas in here. And I just wanted to stop and do a quick live. Like I said, it's been a week, so. Plenty of more content coming this spring for sure. Like I said, I should definitely be going 2 to 3 times, maybe a week. Once we get to probably the end probably the middle of the end of May. We just at this, like I said, this little island right now where I was just fishing from. It's kind of this cool little area. The only way you can get to this island is either by boat, kayak, or in the winter. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna be back out fishing for another couple hours. If I catch anything, I'll post it. I'll post it up on my community and whatnot. Make sure to like and follow, guys. I definitely appreciate it. Till the next time.